our channel, Our Happy Kitchen. I am Baby Sal and
I'm Lauren.
Today we were celebrating Mother's Day on Our Happy Kitchen. And to all mommies, have a happy Mother's Day, and of course, happy Mother's Day, Mom Lauren.
Oh, thank you. So it's my first Mother's Day, and I've reminded my 8-month-old baby Vance about 20 times that it's Mother's Day on Sunday, so he better not screw it up. Wink wink to my husband Joe. So we all know that the way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. So what's a Mother's Day without some delicious food? Another thing is, I normally think about brunch when it comes to Mother's Day. So that's why we are creating today a crustless quiche. It's going to be super low carb, so all the ladies out there will love it. This is also a recipe that my mom and I love making together because you could literally clean out your fridge of all like the vegetables and cheeses that you have maybe like this much of and put it in this quiche and it'll be amazing. So we are going to show you exactly how we do it today, but you can change it up. You don't have to use exactly the ingredients that we have. That's the beauty of this recipe, is that it's incredibly versatile. So we hope that you get creative and you make this recipe for that lucky lady in your life.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna start out with our 8 eggs, which we have set aside here. And then we're just gonna open up the fridge and look for things that would be really good in our quiche. We're gonna get the roasted red peppers up there. We're gonna open up the cheese drawer and we're gonna grab that one right there that's already open. That's perfect. It's a Monterey Jack cheese. Add the ricotta cheese. Then we're gonna open up the veggie drawer and we're gonna grab the arugula, the basil, and the leeks that of course we have left over. And then we're also gonna add a white onion. Okay, so is there anything else you think we should add to our quiche?
Oh yeah, we have still mushrooms.
So we're gonna ultimately bake this quiche in the cast iron skillet in the oven. So that's what we're gonna use to saute the vegetables, which is step 1. Make sure the pan's on medium heat, add your tablespoon of olive oil, and then pour in the onions. Another great thing about this recipe is that it only uses one pan, so less cleanup. Next thing we're gonna put in are the leeks. We have about a cup of leeks that are all sliced or chopped up. So you want to wait for the onion to get pretty translucent. Okay, next we're going to add the mushrooms. So about a cup and a half of mushrooms. And then lastly, you'll saute the arugula. This will take only about 2 minutes. So while everything is sauteing, we're going to add 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt to our 8 eggs and then beat vigorously. You could use any kind of dairy product. I'd recommend a milk if you don't have yogurt, or sour cream would be good as well. Next, we're going to add a cup of Monterey Jack cheese to our egg mixture. Another great cheese to use would be cheddar cheese or Gruyere cheese, or even a Swiss cheese would be great in your quiche. So next, we are going to make sure that the vegetables in the saute pan are all spread out evenly. So now we're ready to add the egg mixture to our vegetables. You just want to make sure you pour it over the vegetables nice and evenly distributed. Also, when you add the egg mixture, make sure you turn your heat completely off. Now it's time to add the roasted red peppers to the top. We are adding 3/4 cup. Next, it's time to add your ricotta cheese. So we are putting it on top here in little dollops around the quiche. Again, you just want to make sure it's evenly distributed. Next, it's time to add the basil on top. We're adding about a handful of basil, and we're just keeping it as full leaves and sprinkling it on top of the quiche. Now we're ready to bake our quiche. So we are going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit, and we're excited to see how it turns out. So as we all know, being a mom is hard work. So on Mother's Day, you definitely have to relax with a cocktail. I picked out a really refreshing springtime drink called a watermelon cooler. I just made up the name. but it's basically these ingredients right here. Okay, so our watermelon cooler consists of watermelon. We're gonna use the juice from a watermelon and combine it with some brown sugar to create our own simple syrup. And then we have over here calamansi. So these are native to the Philippines. If you're from like the United States and you don't find calamansi, you could also use limes. Then we also have some soda water. And then last but not least, of course, the most important ingredient of all, the liquor. We have Tanqueray gin that we're using, but you could really use any gin in this. I would not get a flavored gin though, make it just a normal gin. And then you definitely need your food processor. Hopefully yours is not from the 80s. And then you're probably wondering what this thing is right here. So in the US, we use a voltage of 110, and here they use 220. So because of that, any appliance that we brought over from the United States, you cannot use it here in the Philippines unless you plug it into one of these transformers. Okay, so step one, we want to puree the watermelon. We are looking for a cup of juice. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and drain the watermelon puree into a strainer. I can't forget to share my watermelon with baby Vance. Here you go, baby. Okay, so once you have the cup of watermelon juice ready to go, you're going to pour that into a saucepan over medium heat. Then you'll add the brown sugar. We are adding a half a cup. So this watermelon simple syrup can also be good on things like ice cream or yogurt. So if you wanted to make more of it, just increase the proportions. If you do have leftover syrup, you can store it in your fridge for up to 1 month. So you're going to leave it on the stove and stir it periodically for about 30 minutes. You also want to be careful to not let the syrup boil over or get too thick. I actually think ours got a little bit too thick, so you want to make sure to take it off the stovetop before that happens. And also let it cool for about 30 minutes before you use it in your recipe. After the watermelon syrup cools, we are ready to put together our cocktail. We're going to start out by adding ice to the shaker, and then we'll add 1.5 ounces of gin. Then we'll add 1/2 ounce of calamansi juice. Finally, we will add our watermelon syrup. Now ours is a little bit too thick, like I said. I wound up having to add about 1 ounce of hot water to the syrup just to get it to loosen up a bit. Okay, and then the next step is to shake vigorously.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the martini.
Can you help me? Alright, once you do that, you really deserve the drink. So I chose this glass just because I think it's really cute, and we are not putting ice in the glass. It's already been shaken with the ice. So then we're just gonna pour it in there. It's a nice watermelon-y color, so pretty. And then I just wanna top it with a little bit of sparkle. So a little bit of champagne would be good. I sent my husband to the store to get some, and he brought me some Asti Spumante, and it's not gonna work with this drink. So I'm using some soda water. This is so good. It's so refreshing and delightful. You guys are gonna love it. It is a Lauren original. Cheers, mommies. Here it is, fresh out of the oven. Our quiche is ready. Looks kind of like a pizza, but a lot less carbs. Okay, so let's try our quiche. Oh, Vance needs some too. So we made this without any salt added. He just took the mushrooms out of his portion of it, and he could definitely eat it. There's really nothing bad in here for Vance. What do you think, Sal?
I like it. It's cheesy, you know.
On top, it adds a little different texture to it. You could also make it more of like a meaty quiche and add some bacon or sausage. That'd be really good. So to close out the video, we have a couple special messages for those women in our lives that mean so much to us, our moms. I'll go first by saying, Mom, this is the first Mother's Day we've been apart in probably 10 plus years. I love you so much and you're the best mom in the world. I hope to see you soon when this freaking quarantine's over. And cheers to you, Mom.
And to my mama, happy Mother's Day. Nagkapasalamat gid kami sa Ginoo nga ikaw naging iloy namon, kag palangga kagid namon, ma. I love you so much and I miss you.
Cheers. Okay, that is the end of our video. Now that we're tearing up. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like our video, and let us know if there's anything that you want to see. Just comment below. We'll appreciate that. Thank you so much and have a wonderful Mother's Day.
See you next time.